Before we start today's video, I just want to give a quick thank you to all of you guys as we just hit 3,000 subscribers today. When I first began to make videos on YouTube, I never thought I would make it to this stage, so I just want to say that I appreciate every single one of you, and I will make sure to keep improving myself and bring you guys the best content possible. The NBA trade deadline is literally approaching in less than 2 weeks, and many players will find a new home in the league. While it's reported that the Warriors have a pretty quiet trade deadline, there's no harm to still explore some possibilities. I will have a future video where I go through one trade target from each NBA team for the Warriors, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. When you look at the Warriors game plan for the past few weeks, it's more and more obvious that some players are falling out of rotations. There's currently a small number of tradable assets the Warriors can move around, so it's going to be very critical whether we can move the correct pieces and make sure minor trades will not hurt the team's overall chemistry. In today's video, we'll be going over 4 Golden State Warriors players that might get dealt before the 2022 trade deadline. And with that being said, let's roll the intro.
Hi. I'm on my match in the dark. 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 I'm on my match.
Yo, what's up guys, Jason's here back with another video. If it's the first time watching, I make Golden State Warriors content and break down their news and rumors from all angles. So if you want full-time Warriors coverage, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, and you will always be notified when I upload a new video. For each of the following 4 players, we'll break things down from the perspectives of salary, stats, and impact on the court. Okay, enough explaining, let's get into the list. First up, Juan Anderson. The Warriors picked him up back in 2019 because of massive injuries in the roster. While averaging 5.1 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 2.3 assists, people have started to say that Anderson is somewhat like another Draymond Green. However, you can clearly tell that his minutes are going down this season. Back in 2019 and 2020, Anderson was playing about 21 minutes per game, but this number goes all the way down to 11 minutes as of January 2022. Now, Anderson mostly plays small forward, and that position is one of the strongest the Warriors have, as the team has Andrew Wiggins, Otto Porter Jr., Jonathan Kuminga, and Andre Iguodala, who all can play small forward and have way more impact. This season, Anderson is making about $1.7 million, which is actually more than other more impactful guys such as Nemanja Bjelica and Gary Payton II. In return on the trade market, I think the Warriors will be able to get back a rotational big man or a second-round pick. Moving on, we have Damian Lee next. Just like Anderson, the Warriors picked up Lee after a decent campaign with the Atlanta Hawks. Despite him having some splashes back in 2019, Lee is having another very mediocre season, averaging 7.9 points, 3.1 rebounds, and 1 assist. Obviously, we will not be having this conversation if Klay Thompson is still injured, but now since Klay is back, it just makes no sense to carry 8 guards on their roster. A quick note here, I made a video a few days back on what the team should do with all these 8 guards, so make sure to check that out. Looking at the current depth chart at the guard position, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are no doubt the number 1 option at point guards and shooting guard respectively. Jordan Poole, on the other hand, is the second option. Gary Payton II is the defensive specialist here, and his cost-friendly contract just made him a must to keep. If we have to make a decision between Moses Moody and Damian Lee, I think most of us will pick Moses Moody, who is the 14th overall pick last year and is only 19 years old. Damian Lee is already 29, and I think he already reached his ceiling. Same thing as Anderson, I'm looking for a rotational big man or a second-round pick in return. Alright, we're now halfway done with the video. If you're still here, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and feel free to leave any video ideas in the comment section down below. Okay, I think if the Warriors actually trade away Damian Lee or Juan Anderson, most of us fans will be okay with this. But this following player might cause some controversies, and I'm talking about James Wiseman. Last season, Wiseman was able to average 11.5 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 1 block per game. But he shows clear signs that his skill sets are really raw, which isn't surprising as he played only 3 games in college. However, the problem now is, does the Warriors have the time to wait? We're almost at the All-Star weekend, and Wiseman has yet to play a game for the Warriors this season. When Golden State picked up Wiseman with the number 2 overall pick, we all expected him to contribute right away and solve the actual long-lasting problems the Warriors have at their weak front court, but that really isn't the case now. Let's say James Wiseman returns after the trade deadline and he underperforms, his value will be going down really quick right away. But then it will be a lot more difficult to actually trade him away, as he is also making about $9.2 million. Within that range, the Warriors can actually have a center such as Larry Nance Jr., Jacob Poeltl, Larry Noel, Maxi Kleber, and Mason Plumlee. I'm not saying that these players are just better than James Wiseman, but they will definitely be able to contribute right now for the Warriors to compete for a title. However, on the other hand, James Wiseman is still only 20 years old, so his future presence is still somewhat a question mark. If the Warriors front office decide to move on from Wiseman, I'm expecting one of the players above and a first round pick back in return. Alright, the last players on this list here is Moses Moody. While Moody has some decent playing minutes earlier in the season, but now he barely gets to play and the Warriors just place him back to the G League as of this moment. Moody is now playing about 9 minutes per game as of January 2022, averaging 3.8 points and 1.8 rebounds per game. Even though most of us expected Moody to have a better rookie season compared to Jonathan Kuminga, that seems like the wrong answer now. During draft time, many say that Kuminga isn't a good 3-point shooter, but as of January 2022, Kuminga is knocking down 36.7% of his shot behind the arc. Last Tuesday against the Dallas Mavericks, Kuminga had 22 points and was 4 for 4 behind the arc. As the 14th overall pick though, Moody indeed has talent, but I think his timeline is somewhat off from the Warriors timeline. As of right now, Moody's future is still a question mark, but looking at all the rebuilding teams in the NBA, he still has a market. He's making about $3.6 million this year, and to be honest, I don't think he is worth that much. Overall, I certainly don't expect any major trades, but some minor trades are definitely possible. Now, who do you guys think will be the odd man out of Golden State? Let me know in the comment section down below. Alright guys, so this wraps up the video. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and follow me on social media with all the link in the description down below. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.